don't count that.
So we already recording. Welcome to another weekly episode or weekly look into all things unhinged. I am one half of the Unhinged podcast, partner with my lovely host.
It's
Oh my gosh, bro. We
straightening my hair.
girl, we had to get the lighting together. Didi had to get a mic straight. It's a lot going on over here, but we thank you guys for tuning in so much so. And yeah, a lot to unpack this week. So do you want to first start off? First of all, how's your week going? By the way.
My hair ain't fixed.
Girl, listen. I make it a point, and not only to ask my lovely co-host and business partner, but also to y'all, how's your mental health this week? Check in with yourself if you can, because a lot of times we roll through life and we ruminate through life and don't stop to take a second to think how we actually are.
And if you got to light a blunt or have a drink, do so, okay?
Girl,
it's your life. Look.
Listen. So all that being said, make sure you check in with yourself. But yeah, you want to start us off with what we got to unpack on the docket for today or this week? Because honey, a lot is happening.
Who would you like to start with? Because I would say let's start in the political area first. And so we can get that shit over with. I made a post earlier this week about the amount of misogyny war. I can never say that word. That Kamala Harris is receiving. She's been pictured behind a truck, tied up, hog-tied, as if she's being taken out to be hung or something. Hulk Hogan has said he wanted to body slam her. And a crowd of men agreed with that shit.
Girl.
You've got Fox News anchors laughing and making jokes that if Kamala Harris was in office, the chiefs of staff and the generals would have their way with her. And then you've got the Dred Scott ruling. And I would say Obama had just as much hate, but he didn't have the sexism added to it.
Yeah.
It's a double whammy when you are a woman and you're a woman that is Black. And Michelle Obama got this kind of hate. She received a lot of hate, and she wasn't even running the country. Was just a spouse. Yeah. But the fact that she was a Black woman, she became an easy target. From her hair down to what she wore, down to her face, down to her education, to how she raised her children. It was like she was more on the chopping block than Barack himself. And so what I would say for Black women, to everybody who has a problem with a Black woman running for office, is kiss our whole entire Black ass, lick the crack and suck the middle. Because baby, one day we was going to be on top.
Period.
And if you don't like it, tough titty witty said the kitty, but the milk's still fresh. Okay. I've seen people making jokes about Kamala, trying to speak in a Black voice, talking about peanut butter sandwiches. That girl right there, Crystal Craig got her ass. That girl ain't lost sponsorships. She done got 1 million something hits on that video. Like, you thought that shit was funny? Why is it that they think making fun of Black women is just the funniest thing in the world? Why is that?
Because unfortunately, society has had it and made it to where Black women have always been low-hanging fruit. We are always the target. If somebody feels away, somebody wants to start drama, Black women are always the hanging fruit. And it's insufferable. It's literally insufferable. Like, all I can say is, listen, the internet never dies. Like, it is a place that will find out where you work, and then people are just like, girl, you did all of that. They found out where that lady worked at. Because then again, she had her profession and job posted on her social media, so it was easy to connect the two. But y'all gotta stop. Like, y'all gonna get enough.
Like, attacking a Black woman has no consequences.
Yep.
That is what people feel like. That's why you could Hulk Hogan can usually make a and the fact is y'all are talking about the vice president of the fucking United States of America when y'all are saying all of this shit about her. Hulk Hogan, you just incited violence against the vice president of the United States. And if she wanted to press charges on you or for threatening her life, she could. She
Like,
could do that.
how are you threatening one of the leaders of the free world? That is
Because they don't
crazy.
see her as a leader. They see her as a black woman. No
That is
matter what,
crazy.
our blackness will always come first, and then our womanhood, and then whatever we've accomplished in life. Like, it doesn't matter what I do at the end of the day, I'm still going to be a black woman. And that's why I tell everybody to kiss my whole black ass, because at the end of the day, y'all still going to think what y'all want to think, and y'all still going to do what y'all want to do, and y'all going to say what y'all want to say about me. So why should I give a fuck? Why should I cater to y'all?
I think, and that brings up a good topic. At what age, I know for you it was probably earlier, what age would you say you stop people pleasing, stop being concerned about the opinions of other people?
I would have to say when my dad cut me off financially, he refused to pay for schooling. After my my freshman year of college, when he found out I dated women, and I had to fend for myself because he was like, I'm not taking care of a woman who loves women. That's when I stopped giving a fuck. Like, and that's when I started to try to figure out who Nene was and not who everybody else thought I was, or what they thought I was going to be. And it's gotten to the point where I'm at this point in my life where if you don't fit in when it comes to peace in my life, you got to fucking go.
Period.
I mean, girl, me and my mama been off the hinges for 10 something years, and she about to be on the outskirts again.
Damn.
I've given her, I told you I've given her an ultimatum. Either you respect my boundaries or you get the fuck on. My stepmom just got back in because she really hurt me, and she became toxic to my life and my mental state. And my dad was like, oh, well, you need to give your mom another, you need to find a way to, handle your mom. I said, no, I don't. No, I don't. I don't need to find a way to make her feel better about a situation. No, I'm going to tell her like it is. And if you don't like it, I don't give a fuck. And my dad was like, well, that's your mother. Okay, she's still a human being. She's still an individual. I'm a human being. I'm an individual. I have my own life. She has her own life. If she disrupts my life in any way, form, or fashion, she's got the fuck to go. I don't know why people think because somebody gave you birth, they have a right to make your life miserable.
You speaking to somebody out here. Go ahead, speak.
Nobody, no matter if they gave you life, no matter if they took care of you as a child, because that was their fucking job, has the entitlement to make your life miserable, has the entitlement to fuck up your mentality, has the entitlement to burn your spirit. Nobody has that entitlement unless you give it to them. And I be damn, I don't care if I did come out your pussy or you did inject sperm into my mama. If you fucking with my life, you got to get the fuck on.
Girl, listen, but that's a hard road for people to travel sometimes. Now, granted, we're in our 30s, so
I like being alone.
We've experienced a lot. But for some people, that's a tough conversation to have. So luckily enough, you speaking to people who have had to travel that road that you traveled. So that's a
Baby,
blessing
if you need some help with coming to the terms of how to get rid of people in your life, think of it like this. You're in a dome. It's one weapon. It's between you and that person. Who the fuck you finna fight for? Them or yourself?
That's one way to look at it.
It's like a gladiator throne. It's my mental and my peace against everybody else. I will die alone before I let someone disrupt the one life I have to live. We only got a certain amount of years on this goddamn earth. You think I'm finna do it by worrying about everybody else? No. I cut my sister off and my little brother. Y'all are tormentors. No, you disrupt my life. I love you from a distance and I wish you the best. But I be damned if I'm going to spend my life worrying about you and why you can't treat me right.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing. I was so unquote journaling. And I know for me, I think I stopped thinking about external validation or what people thought. Probably same early 20s. My situation, it was just something clicked. in my head. Like, okay, I really don't give a fuck who don't like my decisions, what decisions are good, what decisions are bad. I'm figuring out Vicky and trying to navigate this thing called life. And then when we start to really click, like, damn, people gonna have something to get. People gonna have something to say whether we do good or bad. Either way, why give a fuck? Do it anyway. Like now, it's better to ask for forgiveness than ask for permission, in my opinion. So, hey,
And I ain't
like,
asking for
fucking we
shit.
ball.
I don't need I don't need you to forgive me or not forgive me. I don't need that from you. For me to
Child.
move on and to progress in my life,
Mhm.
I don't need forgiveness. And I think Black women in general should start thinking like that.
Mm,
You don't need nobody's forgiveness for being Black and protecting your Blackness, because that's one
mhm.
thing. I'm going to protect my Blackness at all costs.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Yeah.
protect my Blackness at all costs. That means standing up for Black women. That means standing up for Black men. That means standing up for our culture. That means calling people out who are wrong, who are racist, who are culture vultures. I'm going to stand up for my Blackness. And I think that is one thing people of color, because they're not Black, I'm saying people of color
Mhm.
and white people did not expect that shit to happen when Kamala Harris got into the running. They didn't
Mm.
expect us to start protecting our Blackness and start standing tall and start thinking for ourselves first. Because if anything ever happens in this country, Black people and Black women in general are at the forefront of protecting everybody.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And when we start to put ourselves first
Mhm.
and we start protecting our Blackness, how dare we?
Good list. List. And I think that's a piece of the conversation. If it really came to a point where Black women decided, you know what, y'all can have it.
Girl, the firefighters out here.
Y'all always got some shit going on at y'all. Always some shit.
It's the whole fire department, bitch. I ain't even lying.
Oh my goodness. It's always some shit at your
Okay, I
apartment.
don't see no popos, so ain't nobody going to jail.
Oh my
But I don't
God.
see the ambulance either.
So somebody ain't too badly hurt, thank goodness.
I'm gonna tell y'all some more, but let's keep going.
Oh my Lord. So definitely go out and vote. Make sure you're registered to vote. Double check with the Secretary of State. Depending on where you live, double check your registration, and please just go out and vote.
Yes,
That's
and in Georgia, make sure you definitely checking your registration because they pulling our asses off of it. In
man.
Texas, make sure you are registered because Mr. Wheelchair Man has taken off 1 million people off the voter registration. 1
Oh,
million. Okay? They not playing. They trying any way possible for us not to vote.
child. Which brings us, so make sure you do your due diligence. So speaking of due diligence, we're gonna slide right into Miss Alicia Keys.
Wait, what?
Yeah, we're gonna slide right into Miss Alicia Keys, who did not do their due diligence. Because Alicia, now, just to provide a little bit of context, if you don't know, recently, literally just the past 24 hours, and then also too, I did want to say this, in regards to hopping back quickly into the political piece. James Walker, I believe is the gentleman's name, who listed the indictment for 45. I have if you're on Patreon, I uploaded the original document or the original indictment as well as the amended indictment. So I'll send that to you. That way you have a copy of it as well. But yeah, definitely y'all go read it. I'll give a breakdown probably later tonight of what this all actually means. But there's a lot to unpack, and the original indictment is 45 pages long.
And all
So
I know is it
ironically,
cost Trump 55 years. That's all I care about is the 55 years that his ass could get. I mean, he'd be dead before he get out.
child, is yeah, but definitely, we'll unpack that soon come. But Alicia, um,
She can't
basically,
save that.
Alicia apparently owes a DJ money. The DJ was hired or contracted allegedly for a service. Her team did not pay. And Alicia then proceeds to get on Beyonce's internet and say, what do DJs do?
Do they scribble or do they pre-mix it before they go live? Like, what do DJs do? DJs about to cut your fucking music off the fucking radio.
But the part
DJs ain't gonna be playing your shit at no fucking weddings. DJ is not gonna be DJing your shit on no fucking holidays, no family reunions, no bar mitzvahs, no sweet 16s, no conventions. You won't hear Alicia Keys because that's what DJs do. They have the fucking power to move your music.
And to Generation Z, that would make sense for us to have to explain that. But she's of the generation ahead of us. Alicia, you came out in the late 90s, early 2000s. You like your husband is a DJ.
Keep on falling.
And she's saying this, and then somebody brought up a good point because when we did a video on it, somebody said, well, Vicky, even if they pre-mix it and pre-record it, that's still hours of work. They had to download in their computer, pull songs. It's still hours of work. I'm just like, valid point.
She just asked her man. He started off as a DJ, then went to a producer, then went to an artist, then went to an activist. Like, what the fuck was that?
Well, maybe he wasn't home.
Every DJ in the country.
And it's a slap in the face. Now that's what I'm saying, to remain objective, because I said this in my video. I don't know if she was referring to the new age DJs, because if so, that's a fair assessment, or if it's the DJs as a totality. If it's DJs as a totality, that's a bigger problem.
Like you said, oh, the ambulance just showed up. Like you said, even if
girl
ADHD, even if they pre-recorded it, they still did the mixing. They still put in time to mix it, because you can't mix shit that ain't mixed. Like, you just, would it magically just happen like that? Or they stole someone else's stuff? And I don't think no one's that damn stupid to go steal someone else's mix and push it off as their own. They're not going to do that, because every DJ has a signature thing.
Yeah.
So for her to say that was like stupid. It was dumb. It was, I don't know. She must have had a glass of Pinot Noir or something in her hand. She must have some drinks, because we was all sitting at the damn computer like
she can't be serious. And then that's a slap in the face to Jam Master Jay, Mr. C, Funk Master Flex, DJ Spinderella,
DJ Mustard, DJ Cassidy.
Like, we were at the Roots picnic in this past June in Philly. Oh, excuse me. We watched Funk Master Flex had his own set. He played the same record maybe one time.
Yep.
He was mixing and scratching in real time. That's like you going up to Hot 97 saying, Flex, what do you do? Like, this what? It's disrespectful.
I made your shit hot.
Yeah, it's just like,
before social media, the only way you would hear a new single is if the DJs actually liked it.
Yep.
And if the DJs liked it and it got play on the radio, then it would be a video. Yep. Then you would know you had something hot, and then you would end up on BET and MTV and VH1. That's how you would know your shit was hot, if the DJs played it in the club. If it was a flop, they were like, nah, bro, I can't put this shit on. You ain't finna fuck up my reputation.
And then this was back then, if there's any younger generation that's listening, this was back in the 90s and early 2000s, where you had to actually go to these radio stations and give them the record in hand. It's not like you had DSPs and you could do it from your phone or computer. No, you had to actually print the record, give it to them in hand, and then you just had to hope and pray they played it on the radio, or they played it in their whatever mix. And then, because all the 90s artists had that one story, name the first time you heard your song on the radio. Oh, I was driving in the car, I was doing X, Y, Z. Like, they don't know that.
But Alicia, of the DJ.
And I said this, Alicia's been getting the side eye for a long time, for me at least. And love Alicia. She, hella talented artist, but Alicia been diabolical since the beginning. And I'm gonna tell you where her diabolical started for me.
Because at least she was able to keep them.
Where it got diabolical for me is when, if you know Alicia Keys, and I think it's Keys in the A minor, the album, and she got Diary on that record. Her background singer ate her up on that record, Jermaine Paul. Now, beautiful record. It goes platinum in this household. They did a live show. I think it was MTV TLR. He sung his ass off. We ain't seen that man since. And
hey, Hey, Mariah Carey did the same thing to her girls that was trying to out-sing her that day. Like,
He sung his
I know
ass
you
off.
be vocalizing over here.
He
Mariah
sang
Carey,
his
what did
ass off.
you say?
Now, we could be, or I could be off. It could be he could decide to go in the background and do songwriting and production, but after that performance, we ain't seen that man since. And then what?
No, I'm listening.
And then when Mashonda, Swiss Beef's ex-wife, released the blended book, why Alicia was all in the pictures like she wasn't the one that caused the blended family.
I mean, at one point you just gotta say, you just gotta roll with the punches, baby. At this
I'm
point,
just
it is what
like,
it is. I mean, he gone, and I'm gonna be like this. You can't take something that didn't want to leave in the beginning.
that is true, but the part where, because if you don't remember, when Love and Hip Hop first came out, the first season in New York, Mashonda was actually on season 1. And from what I remember, the issue wasn't that he wanted to leave the marriage. They both knew the marriage was over. It's the fact that it's the way he left the marriage. It's just like, Alicia, you known this man since you was 15. You knew when he got married. You knew he was still married. Why are you anywhere in the vicinity during the dissolution of a marriage?
I mean, for a long time in my mind, and I guess because I like women, I was like, I hope she gay.
What?
You cannot lie. When she came out with them braids and them beads, I keep on. I was like, that girl gay.
Ma'am.
I wanted her to be gay so bad.
Um,
I wanted her to be a part of the team.
well, I don't know if Alicia has some secret, like, I mean, they could be into that, but I'm just like, Alicia.
She could be a fine ass STEM. I'm just saying. Everybody saw it. Because don't act like there wasn't rumors in the background that she was gay.
Oh.
Shit. Y'all be making me mad. Like y'all be playing stupid.
But then too, I wonder if she's plans on walking this back, because it's just like, Alicia, this
No,
didn't
it's
even make.
too late. They using her shit for stitches.
I'm just like, girl.
She's become a meme.
Oh, okay. So speaking
over.
of tomfoolery, though, that brings us into the next topic. This Cam Newton and Nick Cannon business. So you want to start us off? What were your thoughts on the interview? Well, let's start with Nick's interview first. Go ahead with Nick and tell us what you think.
And Cam are the example of men who need therapy.
Yeah.
They're the prime example of why men need to go to therapy, because they don't understand how fucked up they actually are. Even when they're trying to be innocent, even when they don't intend to fuck up a person's life, they can initially do that. Like Nick, he's got 20 kids. I know he don't have 20 kids. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
None of those children are going to get the full experience of having a father in a home. None of them children are all going to be able to wait for their dad to come home, or their dad's going to be at every school function. Mm-hmm. None of them are going to be able to say, my dad was there for every fucking thing. Mm-hmm. Every one of them child is going to hold some resentment in their heart for him. He has made how many broken homes, whether voluntarily or involuntarily? He's made that many broken homes. You could have had that many kids with one woman. But you're talking about, oh, I'm poly. If you're that fucking poly, bro, then you would have them all under one roof.
And this goes back to, and I found it interesting. And Dr. Bryant, she's amazing. She handled both.
She broke them down.
Yeah, she handled both gentlemen with grace as well as tough love. Like, because they out here just terrorizing their own community and don't even realize it.
And they think they're doing better for the community because they're all, I'm trying to spread my seed as far as why. You're so fucking irresponsible with your seed. You don't need a dick.
Yeah.
You don't need it.
And that's the thing I think sometimes we miss. It's clear, while I'll say not some, but for me personally, one of the things I look at when dating men is, does this man have self-control? Nick and Cam clearly do not have self-control, because it's like you are literally just.
They don't have self-control.
Oh, you said what?
They got too much goddamn money.
Yeah, they think self-control, but as
irresponsible if they did not have this much money.
Yeah, as is all men with money and power. None of them have self-control. Look at Diddy. No self-control.
Girl, Cam was like, I have more of a fear of getting married than I have of, I have more fear of getting divorced than I have of getting married. And, I still want more kids. And she said, why? And he was like, I just want them. He had no reason why he wanted more children. He had no reason why, no definitive reason why. He just wanted to fuck more women and get more women pregnant. And Jasmine Brown's stupid ass. Jasmine, if you hear this, you stupid. You stupid as fuck.
Lord.
You heard this man go on live TV and say, hey, I'm going to knock your ass up, but bitch, I don't want to marry you. You are not his marriage girl. And your ass went on a dumbass comedy tour talking about, third time's a charm. Bitch, you about to be third and there's going to be a fourth. And I guarantee you when Cam does decide to get married, it ain't going to be none of y'all. You're going to be sitting in, you're going to be a bridesmaid. You're going to be a bridesmaid. That's what you're going to be.
Okay, let's unpack it. Let's unpack it.
God,
so
stupid people.
I think my synopsis of it was typically all of our decisions boil down to two reasons: love and fear. Theirs is clearly fear, because that's not love. Love doesn't coexist in self-sabotage. That's not love.
You think she self-sabotaged herself?
Yeah.
Okay, because when she first started dating him, she was like, I breathe him. I know every step he makes. I know what he needs. I pass his dinner. I smell his feet. I know when his drawers are dirty. I mean, she was going down on that damn interview. And I was like, I wonder if he felt like this for her. And then come to find out.
There's a high probability no, because her archetype, I don't even want to call it an archetype. How she explains her archetype rather is that she's a servant. She loves to serve. Now, how people choose to serve is one thing, but I think she's confusing a servant or having the heart to serve humanity as a people. She's confusing that with a will to be a doormat. She's doing that unknowingly.
But my question is, why would you serve somebody who does not see the value in you?
For someone who has and I don't want to diagnose her because I'm not a psychologist. I don't want to put this on her jacket.
She's delusional as fuck.
It's a little bit of delusion, and then it's also a little bit of the wiring, probably how she sees love. Because if we surveyed 100 people and asked them what their definition of love was, you would get a different answer for everybody. That's just how it works.
There's nothing wrong with serving and being a nurturer. There is nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. The fact that it is, you chose to serve a nigga who don't even see the value of marrying you before he put a baby in you.
Yeah.
You decided that was the man you wanted to be with. And I guarantee you, he told you, I ain't never gonna marry you.
And this goes back.
Like, what you told me earlier, women will what?
Oh, gosh.
What will women do?
And this is just a tidbit and I don't want to give free game, but let's just call it what it is. We as women, if we like you enough, we will literally lie to ourselves. If we like you enough, ask us how we know. If we like you enough, we will literally lie to ourselves. Oh, it's not that bad.
Maybe I can change Savannah.
Yeah, he's a good man, Savannah. Oh, I can make him love me. Oh, I'll make him change his mind. He'll see how much of a good woman I am and have to marry me, baby. He told you there's not. I slick sound like
baby. I'm sorry. After he said that, after that podcast happened, bitch, my clothes would have been packed. Mm-hmm. Like, I would have been out of that goddamn house. Still being there, you look dumb as fuck. And then you sitting there singing a song with him, talking about, if one don't do the show, I'm going to find some more. I'm like, are you feeding into your stupidity? Or because you already know you stupid and you already know you lost and you already know people think you're delusional and crazy, you just going to roll with it?
Once again, it could be mixed with her delusion on top of the wiring of how she sees love.
Sometimes I want to call it postpartum. I just want to say
it could be a little bit of that too, because it could be a little bit of that.
I'm trying to find every excuse for her not just to be a dumbass.
It could be a little bit of that. And then somebody mentioned a great point in regards to staying with the partner after they just had a baby. Sometimes we want to keep the situation together.
Cam is looking for his next piece of ass.
And that's to say, after I heard that, I would have had my bags packed and called it a day, but it's a point where it's a problem. Girl, what is you looking at?
Oh, it's an older man. I hope he's okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he
Love
getting
and
put
prayers
in.
to Nini's neighbor.
Oh, poor guy. I hope he's okay. God willing. We see him come back in the morning or afternoon. I don't know what's wrong with him, but I hope he got some family with him. I see a couple of people getting in cars. Okay. Yeah. This is the Unhinged podcast. Anything can happen.
Like that's what I'm saying. Anything like Nene always got something going on in her place. Lord,
Do you see my head?
Girl. But yeah, Jasmine, hopefully
Girl,
wakes up.
she gonna fall out. She gonna be like, as soon as Cam get a new girl, she gonna be like, I need some time. Please respect my privacy.
I'm just I'm finding it. I'm finding it. I'm finding it. I don't know what she wants from this situation because other than to be a living girlfriend, it's just like at this point,
Y'all, please, I'm going through a lot. Please respect
it's
my
like,
privacy.
girl, we know we told you was gonna be going through a lot, but you still stayed. So, which brings me to Kiki motherfucking Palmer. You next too, Kiki. Let me explain something. Now, I'm
That
off
picture threw me. I was so lost. I'm like, y'all went from restraining orders to domestic violence to taking a picture together like nothing ever happened. I mean, I know Tina and I worked it out, but God damn.
And somebody said, well, Vicky, she could have took these pictures to have memories for baby Leo. Let me tell you something.
I'm sorry, I ain't taking no picture with my abuser.
And I could understand that if that was the beginning of this relationship. Police hadn't been called, restraining orders hadn't been filed, video footage had not been released. The baby doesn't know what's going on.
Nope.
I could see if this was even the baby's birthday party and he was present. This is Kiki's party. She has a say in who can come and who can't. She wanted him there. I know her mama pissed.
It was so disappointing.
Yeah, and
it was very disappointing. It was because Kiki is that she just that mouthpiece for the everyday girl, but she's grounded. She was one of those grounded individuals that said it like it was and didn't pussyfoot around it. But now, baby, you're not even standing on your own words. And I don't want to hear the excuse, I'm doing this for my child, because you're doing it for you. That child is not going to know right now. Now, if that child gets 3 or 4, yeah, it's time to have some conversations. Say, hey, even though me and daddy not together, we still love you, and you're going to spend time with daddy, you're going to spend with me, and then we're going to spend some time with all of us together. But I'll be damned, I don't give a fuck if I have a child by somebody I can't fucking stand, or if I'm with somebody that I love and we just not working out. There's no way in hell I'm going to subject myself to pain of being with that person just for the sake of my child. My mother put up with that shit. My grandmother put up with that shit, and it left them both miserable.
And
stop trying to do shit for your kids that don't involve your children.
And this goes back to in regards to having a conversation around domestic violence, because a lot of people did bring up the point of, well, it takes domestic violence victims 7 to 8 times to fully leave. So we're just watching it in real time play out. But hopefully Kiki has friends and family who love her.
Where is her mama?
Yeah, and surround her. Because if I was her friend and was present at this birthday party, we would have to have a conversation. Because
I'd be like, bro, what's up? What is really going on? And she'd be like, well, he said he's sorry. I'm like, I got to go. You call me when you got sense again, because this shit I can't be a part of.
Yeah,
like I don't have the patience to sit in front of something that I know is wrong. And if you don't want to change your habits, you're not going to do those habits around me. You're not going to be around me committing stupidity, because everybody going to be looking at me like, where the fuck were you when this shit was happening? Oh, nah, bro. I talked to her. She wanted to stay. I left. When she's ready to, get her head back on straight, I'll be right there for her. But I'm not going to hold your hand for you to be stupid because you have a lifeline now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not that friend. I'm that friend you call when you actually ready to leave.
Yeah.
I'm not the one you're going to cry on every time that person fucks up, because I don't want to hear the shit. What is the resolution? What are we doing to fix this? I've let you cry once. I've
Yeah.
let you cry twice. That's it. That's all I got for you because that shit gonna start to fade off onto me.
Mm.
And then
Yeah.
that person that you got problems with, I'm gonna be
Mhm.
looking at them side-eyed.
Yeah. And that's the piece of the conversation that you don't really have. The friends and family, how frustrating it is to watch somebody be stupid or be stuck on stupid. Now, granted, it's like I myself, and I said, it's no heat, no judgment. I've done stupid stuff behind a man before to where
I
my
have
friends
to.
and family had to have the conversation like, hey, Vic, what's happening right now? Because this is dumb. Straight up. This is dumb. We love you, but we're not going to watch you self destruct. We've had to have those conversations. And as from the outside looking in, it seems like, you got to let grown people do grown people things. You got to let people be grown people. But
Is that really grown?
I mean, yeah, being grown is making mistakes. Yeah. It's a part of growth. And
I
I
feel
think
like
we keep,
in some way, form, or fashion, I just feel like you're being an adolescent when you know shit is wrong and you going against the grain. You just doing, you know shit is wrong. Like you doing
yeah,
wrong. You know you fucking up.
valid
I
point.
feel like you're being immature at that point because you don't want to do the grown up thing. You don't want to fucking walk away. That's the grown up thing. It's to get
And
up and
yeah.
understand when something's not healthy for you and walk the fuck away. The immature thing is no, I'm gonna stay.
Child. Valid point. And then I'm thinking about that cuss out his mama gave or her mama gave him. She'd have called the brother out. The brother is an alleged abuser. I that whole debacle was just, and then they had Usher brought into it. I'm just like, oh,
I'm like,
like
how the
poor
fuck did
Usher.
I get in here? I get in here every goddamn time something happens.
I just like Kiki. And then someone brought up another great point. Like Kiki's supposed to be a role model, which here's the thing about celebrities. That's the nature of the job. You didn't ask to be anybody's role model, and obviously, and Beyonce said it clearly: raise your own kids. Like it's not her job to raise anybody's kids. It's not her job to be anybody's role model, but it just comes with the nature of the job.
And that's why
So
Beyonce don't have her private life out there for anybody to judge because she ain't got time for that shit.
yeah, people was upset when she took her when they found out Hov cheated, and by the end they was already over it. But I think people thought, and people had the same issue when Rihanna took Chris Brown back after the '09 incident. People were upset at Rihanna, like, we rolled for you, we were rooting for you, we were all rooting for you. People were upset, so I can understand people being upset, but
But
these are
you see
grown
it
people.
time and time again where women get cheated on or women get abused and they just stay like fucking Rashida and Kurt.
Man, I,
That's a
I
fucking
ride like
business.
Shawty Low. Like, I don't know what Rashida
That is
want
a
from us.
fucking business relationship because if Donkey of the Year went to somebody, it's Rashida. Because you let this man play in your face while you were pregnant, cheat on you, then get a baby, and then still trying to fuck the ex, and you sitting there ride with him, like, and then Scrappy in front of everybody talking about, look at Rashida. Kirk cheated and she stayed.
I wanted to slap the hell out of Scrappy. Like, why did you say that?
Because if I was her and I heard that shit in real time, I'll look at that nigga. I want a divorce.
But and then people say, well, oh, they've been together over 20 years. Sir,
That nigga put his dick in somebody else and created life. I don't care what happens after that. Me and you got to go. We can't be together no more. Like, all Rashida has right now is I'm married. Because your marriage ain't healthy. It ain't healthy. It ain't been healthy since he fucked up on you while you were pregnant. He did you wrong while you were pregnant. And there's nothing healthy about it. And then he's sitting there blaming Jasmine. You coming up in here trying to ruin my relationship. Yo, bruh.
Kurt, you ruined your relationship. You, Benzino, Scrappy, y'all are the culprits of ruining y'all relationships. Nobody helped y'all ruin y'all relationship. You did that on your own.
Accountability, my boy. You don't even know your son's grade. You barely know his birthday. You don't know his teachers' names. Like she said, you don't know shit about your child, but you trying to get in these panties. So what?
It was pivotal that he wasn't as involved like he should have been when the baby first came over, and the baby still had Pampers on, and they were 2. And Rashida said, "Why is he still in Pampers? Kirk, this your child. Why is he not potty trained?" He couldn't answer the question. It's just like, sir, at this point, Rashida, if you like it, we love it. I don't know.
Girl,
Like,
I keep getting that check.
yeah,
We know, because if you get off of fucking Love and Hip Hop, you will not be relevant again. And the
I
relevancy really be fucking y'all up in y'all lives. Relevancy is really fucking up a lot of people. Like, because Rashida, you would have a better storyline if you divorced Kurt and put your ass back on the market. You would have a better
slick.
storyline. I'm pretty sure a lot of men would probably want you because you are a loyal woman, and probably because you're a little stupid too.
Oh my god.
But I'm sorry, you gotta play dumb to stay in a relationship that fucking long and act happy after a man has cheated on you, disrespected you, got another woman pregnant, and then come to find out you still trying to hit that. Of course he's still trying to hit that. That is easy access. That's good pussy. I mean, it's fresh, it's young, it's tight, it's right around the corner. Of course I'm gonna try to go see that. You gonna
And
stay anyways. Where you going? You
she
gonna stay.
she needs a good marketing team or like a good PR because she could actually spin this. And
She need a
in
good
even if she
therapist.
divorces Kurt, she has a growing and a lucrative clothing line business. She has a lucrative business up at Phipps. Like lucrative business, lucrative boutique.
She needs a therapist.
That too. But she could literally, you remember that show What Chile Wants? When Chile went had the whole
Rashida got
list.
how many kids?
I think she has 2 by Kurt. She only has 2.
Okay, so she can still be on the market and still not be as devalued. You know how men be trying to do us devalue. But Rashida is a fine ass woman. Like,
Yeah, she's gorgeous in person. Like literally
and
gorgeous
still
in
got her
person.
body.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
She
Rashida's
got
not.
time.
She
She
can
got
literally,
time.
and she's not at a point to where she's like you said, she's not a throwaway. Rashida can still be out here running them. I don't know why she's still with Kurt. It's like Rashida at this point. I don't know.
Kurt just disgusts me. Like, as a man, he's a piece of shit. I don't care. I will never accept anybody working on their marriage after a man cheats. Like that pastor and his wife, she was wearing them army fatigues and she was like that and she ended up talking about I could not stick around.
Or Derek Jackson and his wife, the helmet of salvation. It's like, girl, and you know the fucked up part about their situation though?
What?
She went on Dear Future Wifey podcast, Love Ladarius. Shout out to Ladarius. She said he used to cheat so much and he kept video recordings of the women he cheated with. She said she knew those other women's body better than she knew her own.
And she said on that fucking camera in army fatigue.
Bro. She said, I'm gonna go to war, folks. So sad.
You are so right. Women will put in their hands that everything's fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We will lie to ourselves if we like you enough. I said, hell no.
We all looking at the outside like, are we watching this? Are we watching the same TV station? Like I said about Rashida, you have gotten to the point where men are using you as the example of what women should do when their husbands cheat, and that is not a good example. That is not a good example, sweetheart. That is not what we want to do. No, you are not an example for women.
It makes me wonder though, a question, because I know people or people who have been in long-term marriages who have stayed after infidelity.
Good for them. You want a fucking cookie?
Yeah, I personally couldn't do it. I'm wondering, like, the way my mind and how my mind is wired and sets up, after you cheat, it's over for me, mainly because anytime you don't answer the phone quick enough,
I'm automatically jumping to that. Like, and the bad thing is when you cheat, I have to rebuild my trust for you. I have to do the work. You ain't got to do shit, but just be there. Mm-hmm. I'm the one that has to rebuild my trust, hope that shit doesn't happen again. Try not to be triggered every time you're late for dinner or you miss a phone call or you text do a text message on the side. I'm the one that got to do all the fucking hoops. Like, I got to jump through all the mental hoops in order to be okay. Because as soon as I'm not okay, oh, you still holding that shit over my head. Yes, motherfucker, you cheated.
Like, saying, bro, like, let's save us both the drama. Let's just call
and
it.
just pack your shit. Get your shit
and get out. Yeah, that's the same. Angela knew, like, now pack your shit and leave, my guy. Like, it's you can't
set that bitch on fire, okay?
No, and that's why it is not funny because luckily enough they happily married to my far as I know. But when Hove did an interview with Larry King, because Larry King cheated on his wife with, I think it was with his assistant. He said he went to therapy and Beyonce went with him to a therapy session. He said in the interview that Beyonce told him he was bigger than his mistake that he made. Their love was bigger than his mistakes. Let me tell you something, Beyonce. I'm not that strong. He said Beyonce told him their love.
Get out. I'll be like, nigga, I'm just playing. Get the fuck out. Back your shit, bitch.
Said their love
oh my God,
was bigger than his mistake. It's just like, but you can't cheat with her. See what she made up.
Goddamn elevator. I cannot. What if it shows that even the most high profile couples got issues? That's why I idolize.
He started off wrong.
Idolize anybody's relationship. No one. I don't idolize anybody's relationship because, baby, everybody's imperfect.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Beyonce was probably looking back like, because in his album 444, he got a record on there. I forgot the name of the record. He said instead of asking her, "Will you be mine?" I think it was at her 21st birthday party here in Atlanta. He told her, "Don't embarrass me." So you're not asking me to be your girlfriend. You say, "Hey, don't embarrass me."
Why? Because you used to dealing with adolescents?
Oh, see, men do dumb shit. I don't understand this. Now, granted, no heat, no judgment. I done stupid stuff behind a man, so it's no judgment at all. It's just Beyonce.
Our love is bigger than your.
Our love is bigger than your mistake. What the fuck? Oh no.
Like Jocelyn Hernandez in that fucking therapy session.
What a Molly watch his ass.
Get me up off of him.
Now see why Jocelyn used to fight. She used to beat the hell out of Stevie J. It well deserved. I don't condone violence, but
maybe they would have been calling the police. They would have been calling the police on me.
While you playing, that's how I think Mimi Foss, and you know Mimi Foss and Vlad slick as a culture vulture, but Mimi Foss said how she knew Stevie was cheating on her with Eve. Apparently, Mimi and Stevie had an apartment together, and she stopped by the apartment. Eve was in the back, laying in the bed. Or no, I think it was the other way around. He was with Eve, and Mimi found out that he was cheating with both of them, basically. One of them stopped by the apartment, and Eve said Mimi said Eve just grabbed her stuff and never turned back. I'm just like, I don't blame you, Eve, because now she married a billionaire. Shout out to Maximus.
She got a white man, too.
Eve said, listen.
Any white men out there looking for a loud black woman? I'm just playing.
Girl.
I can't even tip my toe in there. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me.
Well, I can. To me, though, he got to be like, wait, I gotta send you a picture of the one I saw on my For You page. He 6'5", 250 pounds, pure muscle. He was walking around. I think
he have on steroids. Is it steroids?
Oh, the way he looked, that's all natural.
Type of white guy I would have to get. He would have to have a full beard, tatted up. The hair would either have to be buzz cut or slick to the back. I see him in some nice jeans and some suspenders with a damn axe in his hand and some boots.
That's what I'm saying. Give me that aesthetic.
Like, give me that. I don't want the rapper. I want you chopping fucking trees. Like,
what's the guy name?
I can build some shit.
Girl, I think that's the problem. Like, a lot of y'all men don't build shit like y'all used to. Y'all too busy on podcast mics. Ironically enough, so are we. But still, we do stuff. A lot of these men.
Girl, you remember the guy I told you about that was like he was his voice. Remember his country voice?
Yes.
Remember I told you he was a carpenter, but he worked with the U.S. soccer team, women's soccer team.
I
gotta hit him up. Y'all.
Girl.
I swear to God, his country voice, and he was like, "I like to work with my hands."
If y'all heard this man talk, country as hell. That's more country than me.
But he a big boy.
You said what?
But he a big boy.
Child.
He a country big boy.
Listen,
he could build me my house.
Okay, big country.
I'm gonna have to hit him up. I'm gonna be like, now that the Olympics is over,
okay, big country.
Can I come see your horse?
Child,
no, he does own a horse. Okay, I'm not talking about.
Yeah. She want to see that too if you offer it, but you know,
I'm celibate.
Girl,
unfortunately.
And I wanted to have a conversation about celibacy too, mainly because for some reason people think if you're celibate you don't want kids, and I'm just looking like being celibate.
What does that have to do with not wanting kids?
People are weird, but because I've been celibate almost a year and a half now. To me, I haven't had that. I have not had to have a tongue tied. I haven't had to have the conversation with anyone yet saying, "Hey, I'm celibate," because we made it that far. But I'm kind of interested and low key excited to see what the conversations are going to be like when I say, "Hey."
Excited.
Because it's gonna be hilarious. I'm a screenshot.
I've had men tell me, "Why am I putting that on them? What did they do to me?" I've had men tell me, "Oh, I can't do that shit because it's like me paying for everything and I'm not getting a sample." Wow. How long we got to do this shit, man? Are you serious? Like, I ain't do shit to you. What is up with that? Why you don't want to give it up? Like, nigga.
And this is why we choose the bear every time.
Like, you mad at me for me trying to control my urges and being safe and conscious in this fucking world spread with diseases and HIV? If I found a woman that said she was celibate and she's been celibate for almost 2 fucking years, bitch, I would be doing cartwheels.
They don't, that's what I'm saying. They just want some men, not all.
Because
some men
I know when I hit that shit, it's tight, it's right, it's wet, and it ain't got nothing attached to it.
They don't want that. And then like celibacy too, when you get the urge, like obviously, and then I noticed that a lot of people get asked the question of, well, oh, don't you get urges? Yes, yeah. We're human.
That's what the rose is for.
Oh.
Shit. I need to get me a new one. I broke my other one.
I had a rose, and we're gonna have to do a whole episode about that, the taboo topic of toys. We're gonna have to do it that. Probably
I need to buy another one because mine burnt out.
We gonna come back to that. Oh, the conversation surrounding just celibacy as a whole. People think like my philosophy is when you get the urge, the way you channel it and harness that sexual energy, and you can do stuff like DIY projects. You read.
This is not Dragon Ball Z. I am not Kamehameha. The fuck? Harness
you
your
catch them all.
I'm not trying to grow phallus. I'm trying to get off. Okay, I'm not trying to harness no energy. What?
Well, I don't do self pleasure, so yeah.
Vicky, we gotta talk offline.
I know.
Because this that's not healthy. You know, masturbating is healthy.
It's just not my thing.
You ain't tried it.
And that's why we're gonna dedicate a whole episode.
You start loving on yourself. How you gonna know what you like if you don't do it first?
Listen, we gonna have the episode about this, y'all. So anyone who does not do it either, please know you're not alone. I myself.
You are.
No.
You are.
I don't do it myself. But
I'm gonna buy you a rose for Christmas. Matter of fact, fuck that. I'm ordering you one when I order myself one.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, the fuck I am. And you're gonna turn on some Pornhub, you're gonna find something you like, you're gonna get mentally stimulated, and you're gonna go for the waterworks.
Oh my gosh. Okay, either way. Yeah. We're gonna dedicate a whole episode to that because it's a lot of educational stuff we can learn, how to pick a toy, how to do all. So we're gonna dedicate a whole episode to that. But Yeah, a lot. Celibacy, it has been a journey. So I'm interested. I will keep y'all posted with the responses in the event if it makes it that far with the men, that I have to tell this to. So I'm kind of interested to see. But
The last thing we need to talk about is the man that you had to block.
I didn't block him. I unblocked him.
Why the fuck would you unblock him?
Because I felt like, okay, here's the thing.
Fuck that. You done made me mad because we talked about this shit.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. The only reason why I unblocked him is because to me it's cowardice if I block him because he really didn't do anything wrong.
No one should be able to have access. Yes, the fuck he did do something wrong. He didn't fucking call you back. He lied to your face. He played in your face. He lied to you. He should not have access to you. That means your fucking social media as well. I hope you block this fucking number. And if you see this shit, you a trashy ass motherfucking individual. God damn it, y'all be pissing me off. Swear to God.
I have nothing. I almost said his name just now. I was like, I was getting ready to say his name. Oh, but the only reason
you said he didn't do nothing wrong. You about to make me drive to your house.
No, and the reason why it like when I say nothing wrong, he wasn't stalking me. He wasn't texting me back.
Vicky, if we talk about the whole story, everyone will see where the fuck he was wrong. He did do something wrong.
So we're gonna tell the story. We're gonna tell the story.
Tell the fucking story, because I was excited for you.
So pretty sure he's probably gonna hear this, but whatever, fuck it. What happened? Met this individual on TikTok and started off well, was fine. And then the ironic part about it is he also found me on Hinge. We had been mutuals for a long time. He found me on Hinge. We exchanged numbers and we set up like, hey, are you free this day? Cool. Mind you, the first 2 days we exchanged numbers, we was talking all the time. Hey, call me. This, that, and the third. Now, mind you, this is only a matter of 3 days. We talking. So one night he invites me to his house. And the plan was we were supposed to go shoot pool. And he had to do something. He had to do something with work. And we end up, shooting or paying like paddle at his house. And I thought everything was fine. The date went, in my opinion, the date somewhat went well. Right after I left his house, we were supposed to go to Cascade. He then texts me on the drive home and say, oh, let's take a rain check for Cascade. They close at 11. I look up. Now, mind you, I'm an IT major and I'm a researcher. So I look up, I was like, I don't remember Cascade closing at 11. Look up, Cascade closes at midnight. And I'm just like, I said, Cascade closes at midnight. I text him that. He was just like, well, nah, I don't want to be out that late. Okay, cool. That's when I knew the energy shifted. Something was off. And I'm just like, okay, maybe he saw me and realized he wasn't attracted. So I asked him straight out, hey, are you still attracted? Is this the thing? Because I don't want to waste either of our time. Now, honestly, I ain't no ugly woman. So I'm just like, okay, maybe I'm just not his type. Everybody has a type. They have a right to change their mind. So I asked him to his face, hey, is this not a thing? Are you not physically attracted? Just let me know. It's, no issue. I just not be your type. He then voice notes me and says, no, you're a beautiful girl, beautiful smile, beautiful face. I just have to get to know you, because, people can be different off the app.
This nigga is lying his motherfucking ass off.
I ain't heard from that man since. And mind you, he's
and I'm going to tell you like this, y'all. Vicky didn't even tell me she was going on a fucking date.
I didn't tell nobody.
I got information like, this is who I'm going to be with. This is his IG page, this, that, and the other. And I was like, I called her. I said, wait, you going on a date, bitch? And you didn't tell me? She was like, Nene, I really like him. We connect. I think this could be like it for me. Or, she was very butterfly, girly, and all this other shit. And I was like, what are you wearing? She was like, a t-shirt. I said, Vicky, are you wearing your hair up? How are you wearing your hair? Men are physical. They're very visual individuals. She's like, no, I'm just in a t-shirt and some jeans. I was like, okay. And so I didn't know the date went bad until I saw you crying online.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I wanted to go find this nigga real quick and have
some prayers and for him. A lot of people, and to share some tea, a lot of people don't know that was not the reason, but that was the source of where the tears of frustration, that frustration video that went viral, that was the source because the date
He
went
don't
bad.
deserve to even be in your motherfucking presence if he cannot answer a phone. Like the fact that he left you on dead, no phone call, no nothing back. And I know you called him back because you told me you called him. He
Mm-hmm.
never responded to any text messages. That man could have been honest and said, hey, I had a great time with you, but I don't think we are a match physically.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hurt your feelings, but let's just be cool. A woman can respect that shit. But the fact that you are a fucking coward and you tucked your little dick in between your legs and you ran instead of being an honest man like you kind of say you are on your platform, I call bullshit. I'm very quick on letting a man know, hey, it was nice meeting you, but I don't think this is going to work. I don't think I'm your type. Like, there's nothing wrong with saying that. That's what's part of dating. But you got to be a grown up when you start dating. And if someone is not your type, be honest and say that. It's not like there's something wrong with that other person. Y'all just don't fit. You don't fucking go ghost on somebody and think that is the way to respond to a situation. And then think you're going to have motherfucking access to her through her TikTok.
And
No.
that was the wild part. And then I'm asking all my other friends, because obviously Nene knew the story firsthand, everything when it happened. And I'm asking my other friends, like, is it weird for them just to ghost you but still follow you on social media? It is the weirdest shit.
If
And I'm just
you
like,
do not go in and block this man, I'm going to hack your fucking TikTok account and do it.
I will block him after this episode airs. And it was just hilarious. But yeah, a lot of people, that's the tea. The source of that frustration 101 video was a date gone bad. And I got tired. I was like, okay, God, what's happening in this area? Because at this point,
I felt so bad because I was like, I need to go see you.
yeah, everybody, like I got so many calls, got a lot of
many of
texts.
me crying over what happened during dates. She has watched me break down in motherfucking tears. That's how I know that shit hurts because I've been through some awful dates, like some bad shit to the point where I don't even want to date no more. Like
I
I need a
still
fucking
want to.
break.
I still want to whoop that girl's ass, the one who was late. So if you hear this, like, no, it's
What
up
you
if
mean
I
she
ever
was
see you in
late?
person.
She never showed up.
So, see, now I want to whoop her ass further. Like, see, it's like
We have not spoken. The last time I spoke to her, I sent her a message. I never got a message back.
Fuck her, whatever.
I never got a message back. Like,
it's
that
just
was it.
and that's what we're running into. We run into people who are cowards when they date. And then the raw thing about him, he has a platform mentoring women about it's just like
The audacity.
it's just like, okay,
That's
bro.
why
Like
they
you
don't. That's
said,
why women, I'm telling y'all, stop listening to these goddamn men for advice. Because half of the time, 9 times out of the 10, they are doing shitty shit to women. They preach something that they don't even live by.
It was one guy that I'm in that Facebook group. Are we dating the same man? ATL. Girl, it was one
group.
Yeah, I send you an invite after we get off here. It's one man. I see him on live all the time. This lady done posted this man picture saying about how he's saying he's claiming to be a realtor based in Atlanta, and he also I think he's also licensed in Texas, and he lives in Houston. Child,
how that work?
She said, I mean, I guess I think he lives here, but he sells homes in Houston. I'm not sure how I'm not sure how he has this working out. But something the realtor is his whole brand.
Okay.
She posted the picture and said all he does is play the game all day.
So he's not a realtor?
I guess not. I'm just like,
Girl, the things I'm trying to avoid are exes right now. Like my ex-boyfriend from college. I hope he never hears this shit. I don't know what's going on with him, but I'm trying to avoid him at all costs because he is married. And although like he sends me the gifs and stuff, and we always like talk through that. And we were really like good friends. And then something just changed last homecoming. And he kind of felt on my booty. And I was like, bro, what are you doing? You're married. He's like, so? He's like, so? She do her thing, I do my thing. I said, what the fuck does that mean?
They got an open marriage?
I don't know what the fuck that means, but it was really uncomfortable. And then one night she was gone on vacation a couple of weeks ago. And we set up to like 5 a.m. just talking. And he was like, you should get my number. You should let me get your number. And I avoided it because we was on IG, IG camera. And I was like, nah, I'm not comfortable with that, And so he was just talking about how, they've been together for so long, but they're not like sexually happy with each other, but they're a great team. And I'm just like, is this what relationships are now? Like, is this what it is? And are you trying to bring me in that situation, sir? He was like, I just always would have thought what it would have been if me and you would have not broken up. Like, because you were that woman for me. And
Child.
you know what? I've been that woman for a lot of people that have tried,
We are,
because
haven't
people
we
see me
all?
now and
Haven't
they
we
be
all?
like, she hasn't changed. She's just more free spirited. She's more like fun and this, that, and the other. But like I told him, I'm like, I don't know if me and you would be together now. I mean,
Mm.
you had a whole baby
Damn.
and you wanted me to ride with that shit and I couldn't, and I cannot say, like, I think if none of that would have ever happened, me and him would probably be married acting a fucking fool, two big ass kids. The fact is they grew apart. And you grow apart in marriages, but that don't mean you start looking for shit on the outside. You either get divorced and start looking, or you stay with her. And so I've just been trying to avoid that situation. And I know I'm going to homecoming, and I know, I always got stories at homecoming. So, shit gonna go down. On top of that, my girlfriend, who's my friend, is my friend for the last 10 years. She just broke up with her situationship, and I feel like she's trying to tag me in. No.
Tag, you're it.
No, don't tag me in. I don't know if Venus is in retrograde or Jupiter's jumping, but y'all, I need the exes to stay where they at. Okay, I don't need no more. And then I had another one come through. She in Arkansas, saw me on Hinge. What the fuck are you doing in Atlanta?
It's Mercury retrograde. Exes come back. Today's the last day of Mercury retrograde. Then we have the shadow period.
Okay, because you need to get the fuck on. You are causing all kind of havoc in my life right now. Okay, I don't need
You
this
still got
shit.
the shadow period, so yeah, the shadow
I don't
period
need this shit.
Girl,
I just want to do my DIY projects and mind my business.
Girl, shit. Don't we all?
Until homecoming, when I can act the fucking fool, because I only go to homecoming to show out. I only go to homecoming for one reason and one reason only: to stun on every nigga that ever fucked over on me, and every female that ever said some bad shit about me, and everybody that always has something to say to me. I go there just to show them how fucking fine I am, and how single I am, and I ain't got nothing tied to me. That's the only reason I go to homecoming, and to see all my people. But homecoming is where you go to stunt and have a good time. And my thing is, ha ha, na boo boo, y'all all tied up and I'm not.
And on that note, we're gonna wrap this up this week. We'll keep y'all posted on the homecoming next week. But yeah, be good to yourselves, be good to other people, and any last remarks?
Roll up if you have to. Take a shot for me, because I'm about to roll up after this.
Girl. Oh my Lord.
I gotta finish this hair. Do you see how much hair this actually is? I gotta finish this. I need some ganja.
Oh my gosh. Love y'all. See y'all next week.
Bye.